speaking of envy, here's Heather Ford hanging out with cool cars.
Hey, good morning. We are live in Vista, introducing you to a brand new private car club, some of the rarest cars in the county, plus why this car is a preservation car. Honk that horn for us, will you? We're going to tell you more about this little baby coming up on Fox 5.
Time now to check in with Heather Ford, live in Vista.
Okay, she's checking out this new garage. It's like a secret. Shh. Packed with some of the most unique cars in the county. Hi, Heather.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, the secret is out. Not our location. We can't tell you about our location, but the neat thing is this is a brand new private car club. So if you have something cool and you want to leave your wife at home and come and bring your car here, it's a brand new garage that you can put your collectible in and then hang out in the lounge and do all kinds of dude things. This is like the man's shop. You know what I mean? Dean Leibowitz is telling us all about these cars. So this is really cool. This is a one-of-a-kind preservation car. So what makes it a preservation car?
Basically everything on this car is original. It's got original paint, original interior, even all the rubber on this car is all original. And to see cars like that in such good condition is a rare thing. Most of these cars, through time, they age, they look a little bit, aged in time. I mean, basically, they go through the elements of the sun or the snow or the rain, and, they don't look as pretty as when they came off the factory floor, but this one's one of the closest ones I've ever seen to being actually looking almost original and coming off the factory line.
You said, what, 1957?
57, exactly.
So with someone like this, I mean, how did they care for this car for 50 years plus? Did they just not drive it very much, or how does that work?
Yeah, they just took care of it really well. They garaged it and serviced it really well, didn't drive it in the snow, just really, kept it as their little baby. And that's what happens when you do take care of things. They'll be fine. They'll.
How many miles do you think is on this car? Or do you know?
This one, you're not that much. You're about 30 or 40,000 miles, original miles on this car.
Yeah,
so not
you're not cruising around too much in it. You're really trying to keep this as original as possible. Some of the original pieces in the VW signs in the front are interesting to see because you said back in the day, these are actually pieces that were stolen and would be put on as belt buckle.
Exactly. Since they were a pretty common car and it was a pretty neat thing to have, people would actually just pull them right off and put them on your belt buckle.
Yeah, and how neat is it to see how far the Beetle has come,
Exactly.
now, and it looks like a little race car now, and you see something like this I like this model. This is kind of the original.
It's great. I mean, it's a very simple car. It's what they call the people's car. They're very easy to work on, very simple to use, drive, and that's why people loved them and they were so popular.
Yeah, let's switch gears and get over to this crazy car over here. I mean, if you like the Hot Wheels little cars, and Shelly was saying, man, her little one would love a car like this, but this is something that you kind of dream of when you're a little kid, and then you just recreate as soon as you have the cash to put into something like this. It's a project.
Exactly. This was a full rotisserie frame-off restoration where they actually put a big block 502 engine in it and really made it an amazing custom hot rod.
Yeah, take a look at the inside of this car because the interior and everything, I think it's really neat how they painted the inside of the interior.
Everything has been custom done on this car. It has been in a family for a little while, and they really did amazing work on this job.
And this is a Bel Air with all the bells and whistles. What year?
56.
Okay, and then let's take a peek in the back, Josh. Go walk over there. If anyone likes their sound systems, this one's got it. Tell us about this sound system.
Exactly. Now, it's a full system with two full 12-inch subs back there, amps, crossover, the whole nine. So if you want some sound to actually overpower the engine because you have a 502 big block, which makes plenty of noise in there, you need something serious, and they put it in this car.
I always wonder, I want to see the owner of this car. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to kind of match up. It's like, you know how you see people with their dogs, and then they look like their owners. Like, what does the owner of this car look like? Now, one thing I was joking about is, Raul, this is not the kind of car that you bring to the back lot of Fox 5 and let a spray paint artist or graffiti artist
No,
because that's what we did last week.
That's
you
true.
You don't do that with this kind of car. Now, he put how much work was put in this? How many dollars would we say?
This was a lot. You're up into the hundreds of thousands of dollars on
Whoa.
this. And
say
it has
hundreds of
won
thousands of
numerous
dollars?
awards. It has won awards for its best paint and other,
It's
I
beautiful.
want to say awards for just being a superb hot rod.
Yeah.
It is really done to the nines where everything is powder coated and chromed, and they did an amazing job.
Yeah. This is really, really neat. We're going to take a look at so many different cars. This garage this has only been open for 3 weeks, and it literally is the kind of place where, listen, ladies, if you don't want the men to have the car in the garage at home, this is where you bring it. And so there's a lounge inside. They can hang out. The guys can be guys. And then we get our space back in the garage, okay? That's what we're talking about.
Who are these guys, though? Those cars? Who are these guys? I want to know, I'm fascinated by that bug behind you. And
bug?
its
Yeah.
worth and why it's there amongst all these
That
other...
bug?
Yes, that is a car of the people.
So
as it
Raul's
was
asking
back
the
in
worth
day.
of this car and why it is amongst all of these rare commodities, you know?
The worth of the Volkswagen, well, the preservation class is one of these classes that has become really, really popular. Anybody can restore a car, but to actually have a car in its original condition, the original paint, the original interior,
Wow.
it's really incredible to see because there's not too many of them out there. And
Yep.
people really like to see that because it's history.
And you need a special place to store it, too.
Exactly. You're not going to keep this somewhere where you run the risk of anything happening to it. You want to make sure it is fully protected and secure, and you're not going to have any issues.
All right. Very good. We're going to show you some other cars. Hey, did you guys know, I want to tell you a fun fact, because I
Yeah.
helped my dad work on a 36 Chevy back when I was, like 13, 14 years old.
Cool.
So that was kind of a fun project, and we're going to show you some of the older cars over here coming up in the next hour. Do we give them a peek?
Ooh.
Do we give them a little peek?
Give us a little peek. Ooh, look at that one right.
All the bells
That's
and
Shelley
whistles
style
coming
right
up.
there.
That's not, why would that
With
be
a
my
driver and whatnot. Notice they're parked, unlike the Fox 5 parking lot.
style? What it should
There's
be.
plenty of space in between those vehicles there so that your doors don't hit each other.
That's not what
Yeah,
happens
very
here.
narrow. We had a repainting a few months back of our lines in the parking lot.
Yeah. Whoever did
Anyway,
it.
so if you roll up in that, you're not going to park in our lot. I'm just saying. Beautiful cars.
Wow.